Hello and welcome to round 3 of the DTCC, the Dunton Technical Centre Championship, Season 5, coming from Tokyo tonight. This is I think the second time the series has been to Tokyo. Usual format tonight, we will have the 15-minute sprint race in the Group 4 cars, and then we have the 30-minute Group 3 race to follow. Slightly different format tonight in that we have two different tracks being used. The main reason is that this race is in the wet, and so the Group 4s will be using the East Inner Loop, which is the opposite to the track that was used last season. And then the Group 3s will be using the South Inner Loop. So a new track for the drivers to get to grips of tonight. So first race will be in the rain, so always tricky. So in the Group 4s we'll have a wet race in the East Inner Loop, and then the drivers switch to the South Inner Loop for the Group 3s. So should be interesting. There's a bit of a mix of cars this season. Anyone who's been watching the first couple of races will know there's a mix of 4x4s and two-wheel drives. So I think this is going to be interesting if the 4x4s can use their advantage here and use their better traction to gain advantage over the two-wheel drive vehicles. So should be interesting. So just coming into this race then, so after the first two rounds, so as per usual there's two races per night. So after the first two rounds we've got the quadruple champion, undefeated in any season of DTCC, Chris Pengelly. He's leading the championship with 96, with Matt Sykes hot on his heels this time on 90, so not much between the pair of them, given there's 45 points on offer per night just for finishing, with an extra 4 for pole, 2 for fastest laps and 3 for livery. So given that there's over 50 points at stake each night, there's only 6 points between them, so it's close. And then you've got Chris Lewis just slightly behind them, but not too far, at 82. Then we've got Mike and Harry drawing with 70 points, so again they're with a shout. And then we've got Dan on 54, Jimmy on 53, so very close between those two. Alex on 44, and then Jam and Daz bringing up the rear, but they've only done one race apiece. So it's very close, and then the teams is also similarly close. Chris Pengelly and Dan are forming a team, and they're on 150 points, with Matt and Jimmy on 143, and Mike and Harry on 140. So it's pretty close throughout both championships. So without further ado, let's get on to the racing. So first race is Group 4s. Let's see how we go. So first race in the wet since last season. Always a bit tricky, and this one features a very long run to the first hairpin. So they've got a huge run, which means there'll be lots of towing, and then they've got to sling out the anchors for the first hairpin in the wet, and the braking distances are huge here, so it's going to be very easy to lock up and go straight on. So we'll see how this goes. So after qualifying, usual rules in terms of the fastest three go to the rear. Obviously the usual rule of you start on one compound, that you qualify on one compound and start on the opposite doesn't apply. There was a free choice for all the drivers. Understandably they're all on wets. There is the choice of inters, but there's no rule requiring two different compounds to be used. So everyone's on wets, and the grid was formed as follows. So at fastest for his first pole of the year, Matt Sykes in the four-wheel drive Nissan. So not really surprising he put it on pole. So he starts last. Then you got Chris Pengelly in his two-wheel drive Renault doing a good job to get that up to in second in practice. So 4 points on offer for pole, 3 for second, and then 2 for third. So Chris Pengelly gets the 3 bonus points for second, and then Chris Lewis, that's a rubbish car shot, he was third quickest, so he starts 7th and gets extra 2. So they go to the back as usual, and then Mike Ross, doing his, what seems to be normal now for Mike, is getting 4th quickest in qualifying, so he gets pole in the race to start with. So Mike's was fourth quickest, so he's first. And then we've got Harry, who was second on the grid. Jam's third. Dan's fourth. Alex is fifth, and Jimmy is sixth. We are missing Daz tonight, but hopefully he'll be back in after the next couple of rounds. So 9 to go. So let's go right to the front and see how we do. So usual format: roll and start. Just wait for Mike to get them going, and away we go. And then it's the charge into the rain, through the tunnel, and into the first corner. So just trying to get a little bit of heat into those tyres. They'll need them when they hit the brakes first. It's probably around the 200 metre board, so it's a long braking zone. So here we go. Mike leads them away in the Scooby. So he's got four-wheel drive, obviously, so he should be a hot favourite for this race. So away we go. So we've got Mike leading them out as they come through the tunnel and into the rain for the first time. Big slipstreaming. We've got Harry following him in second. Who is going to spot their braking point first? Harry's already making a move down the inside. Is he going to make that stick as they come into the first hairpin? That's right, here we go. So on the brakes it go. We've got Eddie Carnage going on. Looks like, looks like that's gone sideways. Someone's gone very sideways. I think that was Jam. Yeah, Jam's gone sideways. I'm not sure if he got a little bit of a nudge there. Let's go back up a quick look. So Harry's looking down the inside. It's very hard to tell. And Jam, yeah, it's very hard to tell there. Just got, unfortunately, probably got a little bit of a knock. And then we've got a three-way coming out of the hairpin. Look at this. So Mike's away with Harry second. And then we've got Alex in his front-wheel drive Peugeot, being swallowed up by the rest of the pack. It's quite hard to work out. So Chris is up to fifth, and we got Jimmy battling for sixth, and then we've got Chris Pengelly in seventh, Jam in eighth, and Matt down still in ninth. So a bit of a bad start for Matt because he's got four-wheel drive. He's right on the tail of Jam now, and he's probably going to get past him. Yeah, a little bit nudging, but there he goes. He's through. He goes a bit wide, but he's through. So up front, Mike making good in his four-wheel drive Scooby. Look at that. He's already away. So Harry's still in second, then Dan in third, doing a good job in the Golf, and then we've got Chris Lewis already up to fourth then, just gone past Alex. Alex down to fifth, and then Chris Pengelly already doing a good job up to fourth now. So you see these positions are changing significantly already as we go through the twists and turns. Chris has gone a bit no. So who was that going wide? I think it was Chris Lewis has gone a bit wide, and he's down to fifth again with Alex in sixth. Matt Psycho now is up to seventh. He's gone past Jimmy, his teammate, and he's trying to hunt down the. So he's going to look at Alex. I think as they come out of the chicane, and look at that four-wheel drive. And this one just drives straight past. So we go up the front. Mike's got a little bit of a lead now from Harry. And then we got Chris and Dan battling. These two are teammates, so I imagine Dan probably didn't put out too much of a fight. So Dan's down to fourth, but he's got Chris Lewis right behind him. Third in the championship, so Chris will want to won't want Chris Pengelly to get away too far. And then we got Matt right behind as well, so we come onto the long straight, then someone watch from Matt's car. Here we go, so watch that Nissan, the power of it, the traction he's got, so he just blasts past the pair of them. Look at that, just easy peasy. And then we got Dan's tucking into his toe, and so is Chris. They're trying to pick up the toe from the Nissan. You can see how strong that Nissan is. It's just flying down the straights. Let's go on board with Chris. He's got Dan right behind him. Can he do anything about the Nissan in front of him? Is he going to make a lunge into the first corner? And some of them got Dan's making a bit of a look, but here we go into the first corner. Matt's late on the brakes. Is Matt going to get stopped? Dan's not looking for a move. Chris has gone a bit wide. Matt's gone a bit wide there, so let's have a look. Coming out of that corner, there comes the traction on Nissan. Look at that. So Chris got inside, but Matt just absolutely disappears. So just leaving the Chris Lewis behind, and now we're all over the back of Pengelly in the Renault. Chris is in a Lexus, I think. I'll double check, but can he get that four-wheel drive to pay dividends? Oh, it looks like a bit of jump in there from Harry. That's gone a bit wide, so Nissan is understeering. We come back out. Let's go to. So looking at Mike now. Mike's leading the way. He's flying. Look at this. He's absolutely flying in this Subaru. Well in front of Harry. Harry's now got a boot full of Chris Pengelly. What can Chris do in the Renault? He's dropped Matt, so Matt must have made a bit of a mistake there. So he looks at Harry's drifting around, but it looks like a bit of bump, rubbing his racing, but between the two of them, Harry and Alexis giving Chris a little love nudge, but Chris is through and now. Harry's got Matt all over the back of him as they come into the last double left. Is Matt going to try and get past? No, that's a bit of a tough place to pass because the road just funnels down. But I think that Nissan, it won't be long before the Nissan just blast pass on power. It looks like Chris Lewis though is trying to send one down the inside of Matt, and here we go onto the big long straight though. I think Harry, if we go on for Harry, here we go, so watch him behind. Is Matt going to use the power of the Nissan just to come thumping past? That's Harry's car's got some grunt. That Nissan's not making inroads, but it looks like Matt's interesting. Running out of cogs there, I think. But there we go, Matt just flies past using the power and the traction of that Nissan. So Matt's up to third. Harry down to fourth. Then we got Chris Lewis in fifth. We've got Jimmy and Dan, as per usual, having their scrap. They always do, these two. Let's see what happens. They come down this long straight into the hairpin. Who's going to break latest? Going to run wide. Looks like we go. Oh, Jimmy's gone a bit wide, so Dan gone down the inside. Looks like Dan's going to make it stick down the inside. Yeah, nice little move. Jimmy just went a little bit too wide. But Dan's through. But it looks like Jimmy's coming back at him again. Let's go inside. So Jimmy's gone back again. Looks like the extra traction on Hyundai's going past again. Some of them got to see one behind us. No, I can't see one behind us yet. So they both caught up Chris Lewis. So it looks like Chris Lewis has made a bit of a mistake there. So Jimmy's now right on the back of Chris Lewis. We go up front, see what's quickly going on. So Mike's still got a bit of a lead. Chris Bengali's got second, but he's been hunted down by Matt in third. Harry's now a little bit on his own in fourth, and then we've got his battle for fifth. So a bit of a gap there, so I think Chris has broken free of Jimmy a little bit. Jimmy just touches the barrier. They're so easy to do here, and you lose so much time as well. There's Alex touching the barrier, and then Jam trying to recover from his first corner instant, and that Mustang is a bit of a handful in the wet. It's not surprising he's finding it a little bit difficult. So up front then, Mike still flying away, doing 22.2. But Chris Lewis, Chris Miguel is quickest, so despite only having two-wheel drive as opposed to the Subaru and the Nissan, they've both got four-wheel drive. Chris is fastest at the moment, but I think he's being reeled in by Matt. They go on to the straight now to complete end of lap 3 into the tunnel. So I think Matt was going a little bit purple there, so it probably wouldn't surprise me if Matt gets the quickest lap here. Probably pick up a little bit of a toe from the Renault in front of him. See what they do. So yeah, Chris is trying to hug the inside, trying to shorten the slight kink as much as possible. Matt's probably picking up a bit of a toe now. Let's have a look. Yeah, so there you go. He does a 20.3. Chris does a 21.1. So Matt's 7 quicker. So a bit of a gap now for me. So Harry comes through in fourth. He's got a little bit of a gap to Chris Lewis, and then yeah, Jimmy's a little bit away from Dan. And then Snooze and Jam. So sort of fourth onwards are fairly equidistant. But we've got a bit of a battle coming on here now. Looks like the first three are coming together. So Chris Bengay doing a sterling job. He's 4/10 up already on these the fastest, but he's now got that Nissan getting really close. Let's see if they have action going into the hairpins. No, I think they're all still fairly well spread out. Right, so let's concentrate on the battle for a second. Going car, see how it looks like. We've got Matt closing down on us. Chris doing a great job though, closing Mike down. Mike's had a good start of the season. Let's see where Mike's finishing. So Mike's here, he's had a second already. Group 4s, he seems to like the Group 4s, so he's had a second already in the Group 4s, so looking here to get his first win. Looks like Chris is putting away a bit from Matt. Looks like Matt may be making a few mistakes, so Chris is fairly settled at the moment in second. What can he do about the leader? Mike, as we say, has got his making use of that four-wheel drive system, which gives him very good traction off the slower corners. Now a lot of this track is quite quick, but nevertheless, you can never not use the four-wheel drive whichever corner you're going through. But particularly the hairpins, so the first and last corners are quite tight. So anyway, here we go. Looks like Chris is going to make a move. And it looks like we've just gone past the Subaru into first place now. What will Mike do? Let's go on board with Mike. Can he retaliate? Right in the toe of Chris. I think he's going to get the toe now and he's going to draft past. No, he's bump drafted him. Interesting. Interesting. What can he do with the... is he going to wait until he's... I think he's probably going to wait until... Yeah, here we go. He's going to wait until he's in the braking area and then he's going to try... But Chris is really late on the brakes, despite having two-wheel drive. Chris is really late on the brakes there. Is Mike going to duck inside? Yeah, I think here we go. Chris runs a little bit wide and boom. Mike gets it sideways though. I think, oh, big tank slam and Chris is through. So, we thought Mike had the job done there, but no, Chris has gone through again. And it looks like Matt's now having a look now as well. So that little mistake there from Mike has dropped him. He was, for a couple hundred yards, he was first, and now he's down to third, but he's having a look down the inside of Matt. Oh, a bit of rubbing there, trying to get down the inside as they go through the first of these very quick sweepers. It's pretty treacherous in the wet. We've got a jam on the chat saying he was murdered by Snooze into turn one. Yeah, that's Snooze will have to have a look at that, but yeah, that looks like he was certainly murdered by someone. Right, so Chris Penke now in the lead, doing a sterling job in his big boy Renault, fighting off the two four-wheel drives. What can he do? Can he hold off Matt? Matt is probably in the quickest car here. Mike's starting to get a bit wayward. The tyres, if we look at the tyre wear, it's pretty non-existent, but the tyres might start playing a part. Let's have a quick look down. So Chris Lewis is a fairly safe fourth. It looks like he's actually probably missed that, but let's have a quick rewind. What happened there? When did Chris get past Harry? There we go. So watching the replay, they come towards the end of the lap, the last corner. This is quite a sketchy part of the track to pass because it funnels down to one lane here. It looks like what's Chris going to do? Make it tidy. Harry goes in a bit hard. Chris just, oh, nice move. Just dive down the inside sideways as usual. Look at that. Nelson Piquet at Hungary in 1986. Look at that. Nice move, Chris. Right, so let's go back to where we were. Right, Chris Pengelly coming into the last corner. Just about to finish the fifth lap, so two more to go after this one. Can he hold on with Matt chasing him down? Obviously these two are battling for the lead of the championship at the moment, and I think Matt chose his Nissan based on this event partly. Nissan's got a good grunt and it's also got four-wheel drive, so Matt needs to really make hay here while he's got a car advantage. So over the line we go. Let's have a watch from Matt. Is he going to pick up the toe? Here we go, watching for the back of Chris's car. Here comes that Nissan. Chris is maxing out the Nissan, just blast past. Look at that. There he goes. Screams past. Now can Chris stay on his toe? And have a look down the inside as we go into the break-in of the first corner. Matt going to get it on spot on. We go into the first corner. Yeah, it looks pretty tidy. Chris is trying to look down the inside. Don't think there's much there. Chris has got slightly, I think he's slightly, yeah, he's not quite nose ahead, but this is where the Nissan will just absolutely blast past. There's the traction. Chris must be swearing in his helmet that that Nissan, just nothing he can do come out of the hair, but he just disappeared. So Mike's dropped off a little bit. Still a pretty comfortable third though. We've got Chris in fourth. Harry's still in fifth. Oh, Harry's dropped it. Harry's spun. Let's just have a quick see what happened. Oh yeah, so the rear wheel drive easily done. Easily done. So it looks like, is Jimmy going to capitalise that? Yes he is. So Jimmy goes up to fifth. Up he goes. Harry's down to sixth. Down to seventh. He's got, right, so we've got scrap here for seventh. So Jam is now He's passed Alex, and he's now trying to catch up with Dan. So let's have a watch on board with the Mustang. So we got 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, 9th, all pretty close here. So yeah, and Jimmy's not that far ahead as well. Oh, I think we might have something going on the front here. So let's have a look. Let's get out of that one. Yeah, so look, Matt is not shaking off that Renault. Chris is hanging on to him, so despite his disadvantage, he's hanging on. We'll keep an eye on that one. Close run battle between these two, which I think is shaping up to be, this is going to be a battle all season. Let's go back to this battle for the 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. So Jam's still in 8th. He's got Snooze right behind him. Let's have a watch what it looks like through Snooze's. Curse the commentator as soon as we go on board. Snooze puts it, just taps the wall. Right, so let's have a look through the eyes of Jam. You see where, I mean, the four-wheel drive, the flat through this section, so you can see the difference. Coming to this tricky double left-hander. Bit off gas, so Jam's going to have a look there, so he's gone down the inside, gives down a little bit of a nudge. What's going to happen here? They go through this last left-hander side by side. Right, what have we got? The traction of the Golf versus the traction of the Mustang. Golf gets in for the minute, but the Mustang's going to tuck in. Here we go, let's have a look from the back here. So it's looking from behind Dan's car. We've got the Yorkshire T Mustang bum drafting us at the moment. Probably a good plan. This is what it looks like from Jan's perspective. Look at that. Can't see anything but Burberry. So as per usual, all the deliveries are chosen at random. Everyone submits 3 brands and then they're allocated at random. So Jam's got Yorkshire Tea and Dan's got Burberry. But that Mustang is very quick as a Group 3 in the straight. It's not so quick on the Group 4. So let's have a look what's going to happen. Who's going to brake first? Dan's braking a little bit later. Is it too late? Let's have a look. Jam's gone down the inside. Nice move. Let's have a look behind us. Is the Golf going to get us back? I think he might. He's not to the side at the moment. There we can just see him on mirrors. No, he's got him. So Jam's up to 7th. Great stuff. Let's have a look. So back up to the front. So we got a battle going on between these two. Still battling. So, despite Matt having the four-wheel drive, final lap as well, so Matt is just about hanging on to this. Can Chris steal a win, which I think would be against the run of form, judging by the cars. Matt's still got the quickest lap, and he's just done a 20.5, which is only just short of the fastest lap, so these two are absolutely flying. And I think Chris is sort of hanging on to the tail of Matt's Nissan through the toe. So real test for Matt here. Can he keep it entirely through his last 2 corners? I think if he can get out of the last corner ahead, he's got it. Because the grunt of the Nissan's going to pull him away. But yeah, it's a cracking battle between these two. Let's just see if there's anything going on behind. Space. Oh, still battle between Snooze and Dan, so we'll keep an eye on that. So yeah, it looks like Matt's got it. I don't think there's anything that Chris can do. This has just a bit too strong in the wet, so a great win there for Matt. He'll be pleased with that. It's his first on the road win of the series. So Matt wins, good, but a cracking second place there for Chris Pengelly. He'll be really pleased with that. Mike comes across in 3rd, so that was good. He wasn't that far behind the leads either, so a good podium there for Mike. A bit of a gap now to Chris Lewis, so Mike making good use of his four-wheel drive Scooby there. Across the line in the Toyota comes Chris Lewis. I said it was Lexus earlier, that was wrong. And then Jimmy would be pleased with 5th. That's a good 5th in the Hyundai. Tricky car, that one. And then the Lexus of Harry comes across 6th. And we've got Snooze. It looks like it's going to take 7th from Dan. And then, oh, what happened to Jam? Jam is finishing 9th. So they must have had an issue on that last lap. So I didn't pause it, which means I missed the results. So a cracking first race, though. We can go to the results by the magic of Excel. So first race in the Group 4, sorry. So we got Matt winning from Chris, so we can go through the results while we load up the Group 3 race. So a good win for Matt. I'll be pleased with that. It's his first on the road win. He won the Group 4s at Brands, but that was through a penalty for Chris Pengelly. So Matt takes the win, followed by Chris Pengelly in 2nd, Mike Ross a good 3rd, And then Chris Lewis 4th, Jimmy 5th, Harry 6th, Alex 7th, Dan 8th, and Jam, after a number of dramas, is in 9th. And with fastest lap from Matt, so he gets the bonus point for that, and pole as well. So a good night so far for Matt. I just take a slurp of my favourite carbonated beverage. So on to the Group 3s. So this time a night race, so this night is certainly putting the guys through it. We had a wet race and now it's at night. So through the streets of Tokyo, this is the south inner loop, and we've got the usual rules apply, so a reverse grid for the rolling start in the Group 3s. So let's just pause it, got rid of those, and then there we go. Right, so going to the grid. Reverse grid as said, so Jam gets pole in his Mustang, which should be interesting because that Mustang is quick down the straights, and this is a track with mainly straight, so should be interesting what Jam can do in the Mustang here. Then Dan will be second in his Beetle. Then we've got Snooze will be third in the Peugeot RCZ. Harry will be fourth in his what is that? His Lexus. Jimmy fifth in his Hyundai. Chris Lewis in his Toyota in 6th, Mike in the Scooby in 7th, Chris Bengali in his Renault in 8th, and then Matt Psycho in 9th, the winner in his Nissan. So expecting the Nissan again to be pretty strong here, given that it's got significant grunt and also it's very good on its tyres and fuel. So again, I think we have to say Matt is probably got the quickest car here. So here we go, rolling start as usual. This time it's 30 minutes around the streets of Tokyo South Inner Loop. This should be pretty spectacular. 17 laps, which is just over 30 minutes. 2 compounds have to be used as usual as we get things going. So you can use any 2 compounds, but you must use 2 different compounds during the race. So expecting tyre stops and fuel stops. Just waiting for Jam to get the signal to start the roll and start. Here we go. So in the Mustang, Yorkshire Tea Mustang. Now is the Yorkshire tea going to taste tonight? Is it going to be a bit milky and a bit tepid, or is it going to be nice and strong? Stand your spoon up type tea. Here we go, Jam leads them away. Dan follow him. As we go into the very, very quick first left-hander. Not much braking there, you see a little bit of dab of the brakes, but not much. Jam leads them round, and Dan's come out in second. It looks like already Jam's made a little bit of a break for it, so I'd say that Mustang is quick. As we head down the first of the main straight, it's got a little bit of a kick through it and into the complex. So we've already got a battle here between Jimmy and Harry. So Jimmy's right on the tail of Harry. Is he going to make a move down the inside as they go into the complex? So he's sort of double apex around. And Jimmy goes straight on, and so does Snooze. Oh, there's all sorts of carnage there. Let's have a watch back there. As you can see, they're all getting friendly as they go through the complex. Let's have a watch back, I think. Let's see what happened there. Let's try and follow a bit further back, see if there's any contact. It's going to be hard to tell, I think, but oh yeah, well, I think Jimmy, let's try and work out what happened to Jimmy. I don't think he just left his braking too. Let's go on, here we go, let's go on board. Yeah, I think he just, looks like Alex went off on his own, so did Jimmy. Just got a bit carried away there. So as they come out of the complex for the first time, Jam is still ahead, Dan is in the second. He's got Harry right behind him, so Harry's done all right out of that. Chris is 4th, Mike's up to 5th, Matt Psycho is up to 6th already, so a cracking start for Matt, up to the back. Chris Pengay's up 1 from 7th, Jimmy's down to 8th now, Snooze is 9th, so Jam's getting a decent lead here. He's already pulling away a bit, so we've got Harry and Dan and Chris all having a battle as we go through the sweepers, and there's a similar battle behind them, but we'll concentrate on second for the minute. Because Chris is going to try and go around the outside. He's done it. He looks like he's gone around the outside. It's a left-hander coming up now, so I think he's got it. Is Harry going to retaliate as they come into the pit straight hairpin? This is very quick. You see they're nudging 160 as they go through here. And we've got Dan a little bit further behind. Dan's done the inside, but Dan's got a little bit wide. Oh, it's unfortunate. He had it, but he outbraked himself. So Matt is up to 4th. And we've got a battle here between Matt, Mike and Chris. And they're all line of stern as they come out the hairpin through the uphill left into the very, very quick chicane. And Mike's trying to fend off Chris, giving it a bit of room down the inside. Is Chris going to retaliate? It's hard past the place here. hard place to pass here. I don't think there's anything you can do there, but Chris might try and line him up as they come out across the start-finish line. So, here we go. Chris is down the inside, I think. Yes, he is. There he is. Move done. So, Jam leads them across the line for the end of lap 1. I'm going to have to take a breather. That's 1 lap already. It's already crazy. Then Chris Lewis is now up to 2nd. So, cracking start from him. He was, what, I think 6th on the grid. So he's made a good start. Harry's up to 3rd. We've got Matt now in the ridiculously quick Nissan. Harry's giving a bit of a wiggle. Let's go on board with Matt and see how it looks. Is he going to make a move down the inside of the complex? I think he probably is. Here we go. Oh, similar on the brakes, but Harry gives. Oh, yeah, I thought Harry was going to give him room there, but Matt's going to try and cut down the inside. Doesn't look like he's going to do it. Let's have a look behind us. As Chris Pengelly's a little bit behind us. He's not quite close enough yet. He's catching us. So Matt is surely he's going to try and have a go at the outside of this right-hander, or is he just going to try and pinch him a bit? In the meantime, we've got Chris Pengelly all over the back of us now. Here comes Matt. Let's have a look from the inside of Chris's car. Matt's going to try and go around the outside. I think he's done him. Nissan's quick on acceleration. So he's done him. Yes, he has. Is Chris going to try and get involved? Oh, he's looking one side and the other. And we got 2 of them slipstreaming the very quick Nissan. Let's have a look from the... Ah, Chris has gone... Harry went a little bit wide. And now Chris Pengelly's having a look down the inside of Matt. It's crazy racing between these guys. Matt's covering the inside. Chris is going to try and go to the inside, but Matt covers it nicely. And Harry's gone a little bit wide. Looks like he might get Mike involved there in his cracking AA liveried Scooby. So we've changed the lead as well. So Chris has now taken Jam. So let's have a watch what happened there. Stand the view is probably better as they go neck and neck as they come through the tunnel. Looks like, yeah, Chris just out-dragged the Mustang. You just see what they're running in terms of fuel. We've got Jam, yeah, so into the hairpin, comfortably ahead. And then we've got the scrap going on between Matt and Chris. Matt covering the inside. So end of lap 2. They've got to remember this is an offset pit lane as well, so it can be quite easy to come into the pits, put in, say, 8 laps of fuel when you think there's 8 laps to go. But actually there's 8 and a bit because the start line is displaced by about a quarter of a lap. So here comes Chris. So is he going to have a go at Matt? We come through the sweepers at the end of the lap. Looks like Chris is dragging that car. It's right behind Matt. Matt's got a bit more fuel. His tyres looking similar. Chris is now in the tow. Is he going to make a move into the first corner? I think he is. Yeah, he's got a decent run. That Renault is quick down the straight. They've got the kink as well, so it looks like Chris is going to take relief. Matt of 3rd. Is he going to do? Yeah, he does. Is Matt going to retaliate though? So watch on board with Matt. Here we go. Mike's a little bit behind us, so Matt's going to have another look, I think, as we go into the complex. Chris is covering the inside. Is Matt going to fire it down the inside? Chris is covering the inside. Then brake. For this complex, is Chris going to run wide as we watch go around the corner? Nice tight line there from Chris. Trying to get it to the front. So nice driving by the pair of them there. And away they go. So Mike's up to 5th. Harry's down to 6th. So we missed that. Let's try and see what happened there. Into the complex. Oh, Harry just goes a little bit wide. Mike says, "Thanks very much. I'll see you later." I've been courteous there and stopped and given him a bit of a jump start or something, but no. Right, up the front. Chris now out in front. Toyota. He's got Jam being hunted down now by the 1st and 2nd of the championship. Here goes Renault. That Renault's so fast down the straights, it seems. Just driven straight past the Mustang, which is interesting. Mustang's pretty strong. Here comes Matt in the Nissan now as well, getting a really good tow from the pair of them. Is Matt going to try and fire it down the inside as we go into the hairpin? Jam will say he's covering the inside. What will Matt do? So Jam's sort of partially covering the inside, but Matt's going to move down the inside. He's done it. Nice clean racing between the pair of them. Pierre calmed down. Nissan's up to 3rd, so from the back, Chris, I think, was 6th in the grid, so he's up to 1st. Matt was last, he's up to 3rd, and Chris Pengelly was 8th, and he's up to 2nd. So good racing for these two to get up the field. Now it comes down to taxis. Jam down to 4th. Can he hang on to the guys in front? Mike's in 5th. Harry's in 6th. Jimmy in 7th. down in 8th, and he's got Snooze in the Peugeot not far behind him. Lovely looking Peugeot. Everyone loves the Twix. Right, back to the front. 3 laps down. Only 3 laps already. So let's take stock a bit and have a look at what people are doing tactics wise. So Chris is on the softs. 2/3 of a tank gone. So this is where it's going to be interesting. So Chris Pengelly's gone for the faster super soft to start with. He's got just over half a tank, whereas Chris Lewis has got probably 2/3 of a tank. Interesting. He's on the slower tyre, so you would expect Chris to come at him. Then Matt is also on the super softs. Interesting that those two have elected to stay on the super softs, even though they're starting on the heavier fuel. But if you compare his fuel against Chris's, yeah, Chris is using up a lot more fuel. Then Jam, he's also on the softs. A little bit more fuel usage than the Matt in front of him, similar to the Renault. Mike's the same on softs. Harry's on the supers, similar fuel. Jim's doing better than the guys in front of him on fuel. The supers. Dan's, yeah, pretty similar to most of the others, just over half on the supers, on the softs. Sorry, and Alex doing pretty good on the fuel as well. So, and we've missed a battle for lead here. So whilst there's me go looking at the, let's go back. Whilst I was rambling on, it looks like Chris has made a move on Chris Lewis. So Renault seems very strong down that sweeping back straight. Looks like Chris is defending the inside though, so Lewis goes down the inside. Pengelly's going to try and go around the outside. Chris gives him room, goes a bit wide, but he's done it. So he's done around the outside. Great move there. Nice and clean as well, which means that Chris Lewis has now got the Nissan behind him. And Matt, don't forget, is probably doing the best in fuel, so let's have a watch on board with Matt. Looks like he can't get through there, I don't think. It's too tight, too twisty. You won't want to be held up too much. So Chris makes a little bit of he's making a couple of nudges there on the wall. So it looks like Matt's going to try and drive around the outside of him. He does. So Matt's up to second. So game on between the first and second in the championship. Just reading the comments, James says I got close to the wall of the final corner and decided to have a picnic. Yeah, I think it's quite a picturesque place to have a picnic, surrounded by all the containers. He's still doing well though. Jam's still doing well, he's in 4th. That Mustang is good, strong down the straights. Go on Jamie, keep that at least that 4th and chase down that podium. So up at the front, Chris Pengelly leading to 55.9. Matt's did a 56.3. So at the moment, Chris Pengelly is the quickest on track. He's got the fastest lap at 55.8, 59. He's just over half a second quicker than Matt, but we'll see what happens here. I think now these two have got into the into some clear air. I think it's going to be game on between these two. Yeah, you see Matt's already on the purple now, chasing the Nissan down. He's starting to get a bit of a tow as well. I think a bit like the Group 4. The advantage isn't as big, but that Nissan is definitely stronger, I think. Well, Renault looks to be pretty quick. So Renault's hitting 163. Yeah, see the Nissan's doing 165, so it's definitely a top speed advantage. And on fuel, Chris is using up more, and he's got more tyre wear. So even though track position is king, I would say this is probably game on for Matt at the moment. He's going to have a quicker pit stop, and his tyres are degraded there. So let's just see the end of this lap, see what if Matt can get that fastest lap off Chris as they go through the very quick last sequence of corners and over the line. Chris just really pushing it, just nudging the barrier, but that wasn't too big a kiss. So we're just coming across 5 laps in. Top 2 separated by not a lot. And Matt, oh yeah, he did. Obviously his last sector wasn't too good. Gets a 56 dead, and Chris is a 55.9. So Chris is actually that's a tenth faster there, despite Matt being in the tow. But maybe Matt is doing a little bit of fuel saving there. So we got Chris then in 3rd. It looks like he is being hunted down by Jam. So Chris is a 58.7, and Jam's is slightly faster for 58.4. So yeah, Jam was 0.3 faster there. So the Mustang's beginning to close down. 58.9. So 3rd, 4th, and 5th are quite similar. If we look at Chris So yeah, 56 is from the top two, 58's from the third onwards. So yeah, there's quite a big gap between the first two and then third downwards. But this is shaping up to be quite a nice race between the for third place. Mike's not that far behind. Then we got Harry there, doing a bit of drifting. Tokyo drifting, so he's been reeled in by Jimmy. So Jimmy's a little bit faster, probably a second faster actually. So Jimmy is definitely catching the Hyundai. No, sorry, the Lexus. The Hyundai versus Lexus, and Jimmy looks like he's getting a good toe now. So let's go on board here. Yep, here we go. It's a bit hard to let's have a look from behind. Harry's car, it's a bit hard to you get a good toe through here because there's a number of flat-out kinks. It's a bit hard to actually make a move. But Harry's gone a bit wide. Is that going to give Jimmy his chance? I think it is. Oh, a bit of squeezing as they come into the hairpin. Oh, now as Jimmy, has Harry got the brakes on in the right place? It looks like Jimmy's going to make a move down the inside. Oh, Harry's in the pits. Right, so Harry first of the stoppers comes in. So he's obviously two stopping. It'll be interesting to see what the other guys do. Chris, in the meantime, yeah, he's got less than a quarter, so just done 6 laps. So I imagine that Renault's going to be probably 2 stopping. That Nissan might not need to. I think that Nissan might be good enough to 1 stop. Chris Lewis, possibly 2. Whereas he's got a fair bit more fuel than the Mustang has. So is Jam going to have to 2 stop and Chris Lewis 1 stop? And Jam is definitely catching 59.5 versus the 58.5. So Jam is definitely catching. Let's have a watch through Jam's eyes. Here we go into the complex. Contain the complex. Tricky corner, you got a double right-hander. It's very easy to lose the back end as you come out of it and then get on the power a bit too quickly as you come out. It's so easy to get tempted to get on the power too hard. So these two are really close, and I think we've got a bit of a battle down the field as well. So between Dan, yeah, Harry's a bit, so Harry, I think he's there. Harry's just come out of his stop, so he's down to last. So between Alex and, watch these guys for a bit as well, between Alex and Dan, we've got a bit of a battle. So the Peugeot versus Beetle. The Burberry Beetle. Great livery, as is the Twix. So Danny's definitely closing up on Alex. Let's have a watch through from the eyes of the Beetle. Actually, let's have a look back for the Peugeot. We like the rear view. It's great. So what's Dan going to do? So Jam's in as well. So definitely a 2 stop for the Mustang. He was probably going to be interesting what he puts on. But in the meantime, let's watch Dan. Is Dan going to, as they come out of the sweepers, is he going to stick it down the inside? Let's have a watch. Here we go, Alex is covering the inside nicely. Alex got his stopped, he has beautifully, look at that. Lovely bit of defending from the Twix. Gets a little bit of a tank slap as he comes out, but he's defending nicely, cracking bit of driving. So, Mike's also in as well. So Mike's coming out in 8th, and he's got Harry behind him, so quite a long way behind him. So out comes the freshly tyres, so he's gone to super softs. And he's not fueled up, so he's definitely 2 stopping. Let's go to the front. Chris did a 56.8, Matt did a 56.9. So these two are lapping 10th for 10th. But Chris is now flashing fuel, and his tyres are looking a bit ropey. Matt's tyres aren't brilliant, but they're better. But he's got just under a quarter left. So given that we're on lap 8, Matt's probably going to stretch that to a 1 stop. Chris, I don't think can 1 stop. I think unless he leans this out, which he might do, he's going to have to lean it out. Because he's going to have to do another, so he's done 9 laps. He's going to have to do 9 laps. So he's running out of fuel with an 8 lap stint. If he wants to get this to 1 stop, he's going to have to lean it out to get to 9 laps. Whereas Matt, he can run this thing flat chat the whole time. So Chris is in, here we go. Pretty much nothing left in the fuel. In-lap and out-laps are going to be crucial now for the top 2. Matt is now going to go. It'll be interesting to see what he can do now. His tyres are looking a bit ropey. You can see he's 8/10 down, he's fastest. So, will the overcut work? I'll be surprised, but we'll see. So Lewis is now up to 2nd. not sure about him. I think he's on a one stop. I think he should be able to get that tank to 9 laps, which means he's got an 8 lap stint for the second. So Matt out in front, Chris Pengelly still topping up. And Jimmy's into pits as well. So how he comes, where's he going to come out? He's ahead of Alex. So clearing third, that'll please him. Alex is up to 4th. Jam, who has stopped, he's up to 5th. So he's leading the 2 stoppers, I would say. I'm not sure about Chris Pengelly. I would imagine he's probably 1 stopping and just leaning it out. But so Jam's now coming up to Snooze. So Jam's got a lot more fuel, but Snooze's tyres are really knackered, and Jam's on the sticky super softs as well. So I would expect, yeah, there you go, he's already through. Just a lot more grip, and away he goes. So Snooze up to 5th, doing a good job, although he's got a bit of damage, which won't be helping him, but he's up to 5th, probably trying to 1 stop as well. So he's a net ahead then, he's a net 5th really, he's ahead of the 2 stoppers. So it's a good job from Alex getting that to up to 5th at the moment. And Harry, who was the first to stop, he's down in 7th, Jimmy in 8th, and then Dan in 9th. So let's see what Matt can do. He's come up to the last corner before the pits. Is he going to dive into the pits? Yes, he is. But he's also not completely out of fuel, so he's got 8 litres left, whereas I think Chris Pengelly has 3. So, Chris Lewis, what's he doing? He's in the pits as well. So, can Little's GP jump Matt? That's the question now. We'll keep an eye on him. Let's have a look at Matt. So Matt's tyres are off. In goes the fuel. He's 1 stopping, I would imagine. So he's going to have to put more fuel in than Chris Pengelly, but was his outlap good enough? Chris is now coming into the final corner. Little puff of smoke as he locks up a little bit, goes a little bit wide. Is Matt rolling? Yeah, I don't think he is. Yes, there he is. Matt is rolling. Matt has jumped him, but Chris has come out right behind him, and he's looking one side and the other. Matt, trying to squeeze, just gives enough room, but cracking racing between these two. Matt will be a bit annoyed that he didn't quite make the jump, but then again, the overcut with older tyres was going to be difficult. So amazingly close between those two. I think that's worth a watch again. So here you can see Chris comes out. Let's go on for Matt. Let's try and find Matt. So out he comes, and then Chris looks one side. Matt covers it, but then he's getting the extra momentum of coming out the hairpin, whereas Matt was just coming out the pits. So Matt is down into second again after trying the overcut, but he's closer than he was. And I think, well, we'll see. Chris is probably one stop, but he's going to probably have to lean his engine out, which means that Matt is going to have a power advantage and also probably slightly better tyres. They're both on the supers, both on the soft, sorry. But Chris has done an extra lap. So Matt, in fact, Chris has done extra 2. It's hard to tell. 2 laps, I think. No, 1 extra lap. So, can Chris maintain that lead? He's got Matt right behind him. So let's see what's going on. So Jam is now up to 3rd as he's shaken out. So he's Chris Lewis has made his stop. But I imagine Chris Lewis is stopping only the once. Yeah, he went to 9 laps, so he'll do an 8 lap stint. He's got fully tanked up. He's on mediums though, so he's obviously not confident that he can get softs to the end. Interesting. So Jam is 3rd, but he's got another stop to come. Mike is 4th. He's just done his fastest, 58 dead, 3 tenths quicker than Jam's, but pretty consistent pair of them. So Mike's also 2 stopping, and you've got Chris Lewis who's 1 stopping but on mediums. Then you've got Harry who's the first of the stoppers, so he's up to 6th, and he's got Jimmy chasing him down for 7th. Jimmy's just done his fastest, which is, yeah, a fair bit closer, quicker than Jimmy. So again, these two scrapping away. Let's have a watch from Jimmy's car. Can he do anything about the Lexus? If we come down this, call it the back straight, it's not really straight. Harry's trying to weave and break the toe as we go through the sweepers. Oh, won't bother Harry, he can't get through. It's like you're just like going a longer way round. Let's have a watch from here. So Jimmy's going to have a look. Is the Vimto going to get him? Oh, it's tight. Oh, it's tight. Let's have a look from the front. Here we go. Have we watching? Is Jimmy going to outbrake us? No. Jimmy tries to look down the inside, but no. It's a good defending there from Harry. Kept it neat and tidy, and he's away. Have we got anything coming on behind us? So Alex is there ahead of Dan, so they're not too far apart, but they've got a bit of a gap. So going back up front, bit of a gap now. So Chris has pulled away, so let's just concentrate on the battle for 5th here. 6th, sorry. Between the, what have we got there? So, I won't get where that livery is from Harry. These biscuits of some kind. What have we got? Jacobs, there we go. Right, here we go. Harry's lining him up. Can he make a move into the first corner? It's a stretch because there's not much braking area for the first corner, but he's going to try and make a move down the inside. Harry gives him room, but Jimmy doesn't quite make it stick. But he's close. Let's watch him board. Oh. Getting the toe now. Is he going to throw it down the inside as we go into the complex? Harry going to move over, doesn't really defend, so he's leaving the door open a bit. Jimmy says, yep, I'll take that. Harry just go right back there inside. Look at this. Side by side, a little bit of contact. Oh, this is going to get tight as they come out of it. Look at that. Side by side, they both make it through. Great stuff from these two. Here comes the Vimto. Fizzy drink and biscuits, what more can you ask for? Oh, a little bit of a kiss there. Getting back on board. Getting blinded by the pearlescent green paint job from Harry's Lexus. Now, can he make a move? He's probably going to start lifting a bit. Don't touch the wall, that's lifting a lot, but Harry's also hit the wall as well. Harry's defending the inside. Jimmy's going to put it down the inside anyway. Is Harry going to try and get cut back? Harry's late on the brakes there, but I think Jimmy's got him. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, we went completely the wrong place. Oh, Jimmy's got him, I think. Yep, Jimmy's got him down the inside. Can Harry retaliate? These are brilliant racing from these two. Don't want to cut away really, but let's just check the lead. So we got a battle for the lead now. So Chris is now also trying to fend off Matt. So these two are really close. Let's just see what happened there. I think Matt has just been trying to, so we've got a battle for 1st and a battle for 6th. Unfortunately, we're going to need to follow the battle for 1st. I'll try and keep an eye on the 6th. Let's have a look. So yes, we just caught the end of that. Bat scrapping away those two, but here we go. So Matt is trying to take a look at, so let's go with the rear wing of Chris's car. Here comes Matt. He's going to take a look down the inside, but Chris covers it off. And then Matt's trying to go around the outside. Here we into the complex. Chris has got it covered. Matt, I don't think he's going to get the switch back as they come through. Yeah, can Chris get the power? See that? He's saying he's wayward. You can see him snaking up the power. So Matt is following. Let's have a quick look what's going on. So these two are still scrapping away. Here to watch here. So Jimmy's got it for the moment. Chris has got it for the moment. But we've got Matt is right behind him. Matt's just done the fastest lap of the race, 55.7. So he's trying to go for a clean sweep here of 2 wins, 2 fastest laps and a pole. That'll suit him nicely. Let's go as they fly through the tunnel. 1st and 2nd, absolutely nose to tail. Matt's trying to get a bit of a slingshot around the outside. I think he hit the wall there, so Chris has got a bit of a lead there. But Chris locks up a little bit, gets a little bit wide. That keeps it a little bit tighter. A lot of pressure here, you can see the fuel difference. Chris has probably detuned his motor, which is allowing Matt to stay all over him. Jam is still in a great 3rd, but I think he has to stop again. Goes a little bit wide through, I think he's in the pit, so there you go. Just as I say, he's in, and so is Mike. So Chris Lewis is going to be a net 3rd. As they come out of the pit, so there's a little bit of a gap between those two. So let's have a look what's going on between the leaders. So Chris has pulled out a little bit of a gap. I think Matt must have made a little mistake there, so let's have a look and see what goes on between Mike and Jam. Jam came in 3rd, had a little bit more fuel left, so I'm expecting it to come out in front. The battle for 6th is a little bit behind them, so Chris Lewis is now a net 3rd on his mediums though, so Mike has jumped Jam. Interesting. Mike has jumped jam, and Mike's put a bit more fuel in as well. Ah, Mike has not changed tyres. That's an interesting development. I think you could rue that one well, come the end of the race. We've still got another 5 laps to go yet. Interesting. And Jimmy's not that far behind either. So 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th is close. And then we've got battle for last as well. So this is great stuff. That we're 25 minutes into the race and we've still got battles all over the place. So let's go back to the leaders. Matt is he's closing a bit. He's closing a bit. Yeah, I think he's definitely got the pace advantage. Chris Lewis is on his own a bit. Where is he? So yeah, he's got a bit of a gap now. So I think he's probably safe in 3rd. Then Mike, he's got Jam on behind him, and then we've got Jimmy behind him, and then we've got Harry behind him. Very close. And then we've got battle now for 8th and 9th as well. So let's just have a quick look at the leaders. And Matt, so unfortunately for Snooze and Dan, we're going to have to concentrate on the leaders. So Matt's trying again to come into the box section, let's call it. No, sorry, the end of the lap. So we're coming through the sweepers. Matt is right behind Chris. Chris's tyres starting to, yeah, Matt, you can see his tyres definitely in better shape. Chris might be detuned on the power a little bit. Just nudges the wall as they come through the last section. Let's have a go on board with Matt, see what he's seeing. Flat out as they go across the start finishing line. So 4 laps to go, 13 down, still a while to go. Can Chris keep hold of this lead? This is where the Nissan's strong, he'll get the tow. Chris will try and defend the inside. Let's have a look from behind us as Chris covers the inside. Matt's gone outside, he's got the lead at the moment, he comes across to cover the inside. Can Chris go around the outside? He's going to have a go, they go side by side as they go through the complex, but I think Matt's got him. If they come out, if Matt can keep it tidy under power, because that car is wayward under power. Let's have a look now from Chris's point of view. He's now got the Pierre Cardin Nissan right in front of us. Not much in it though. We want to look behind from Matt. That Renault's fast down the straights. We're trying to keep it nice. And Dan and Alex are 7th and 8th. We lost. So it looks like Harry has dropped to 9th. We'll take a look at that. But we need to keep watching these leaders. Is Chris going to have a go as they go into the hairpin? He's going to have a go. Matt's coming in the inside. They're side by side. Who's going to break? Matt's just got. Chris just momentarily took the lead, but Matt's coming to the inside nicely. Brilliant race between these two. We wanted to see this finally on track. They don't often meet these two to have a proper hammer and tongs battle, but we're getting it tonight. So, similar to the first Group 4 race, can Chris hang on back to the, let's face it, probably quicker Nissan? It's been pretty tidy through there though. Even a little bit of margin, but not a huge amount. I don't think Chris has got the, if he's having to detune his engine, he's 1.3 seconds down on his fastest. If he's having to detune his engine, then he's going to struggle to hang on, and his tyres are also looking pretty knackered. So it's game on for Matt, but Chris is hanging on to him. Let's just stay with these two for a minute as they come into the complex. Through the tunnel they go, back into the night sky of Tokyo. Chris is having a look around the outside, Matt's covering the inside. Chris is going to try to dive down the inside. Oh, there's a little bit of contact, he got a little bit sideways going in. I don't think there was really a gap there. His tyres are starting to let him down a little bit. Yeah, you can see he's starting to really get some drifting going. Tokyo Drift Team is alive and well tonight. So I think a little nudge of the wall there. I think that could be it for Chris. I think he's dropped out the toe a little bit. I think he's going to struggle to keep hold of Nissan now if Matt keeps it clean. Yeah, you see that's the risky pay round here, pushing a little bit too hard and you lose the toe, and that Nissan's so strong. I think Chris might struggle there. Let's have a look what's going on behind. So there's Harry. Harry must have. He's obviously had a bad lap. He did a 2:30 there. I don't think that was a stop. So Snooze has gone in for pits again. Interesting. He's done a he's basically just done he's just done a dash. He's not doing a splash. Right, Chris Pengelly's decided I've lost the toe. I'm gonna stop. He's got a big gap to third. I'm gonna put some fresh tyres on and just go for fastest lap. He's not probably not far ahead of Chris Lewis though. Here comes Chris Lewis. Oh, it's a bit of a gamble from Chris Pengelly. He's obviously decided he's going to go for fastest lap, but he's out. He's rolling. So yeah, okay, he's well clear. Fresh tyres. Probably a little splash of fuel and he's away. So Matt now he's home clear. He's a pit stop ahead of Chris Pengelly. He's just got to keep it neat and tidy. I mean, you can't even really go off much on this track. So let's have a look what's going on behind. So fourth is Mike, Jam, sorry, and fifth is Mike. So these two are having a cracking scrap. Jam's still in the 58s. Mike's the 59. So Jam at the moment is slightly quicker. I don't think we've seen a change of position. And we've got Jimmy in sixth. So Jimmy's in the pits as well. So interesting. Last minute stops from these guys. So can Dan pass Jimmy? Dan, I don't think it's going to stop again. Got 2 laps after this. And Jimmy has only just come in. So Dan, I think, is going to take 6th. I don't think he's going to stop again. So 1 lap in the 59th. Oh, here we go. So these two were so often on the track together. And they're on the track together again. So is Jimmy going to be able to hold off? He's literally just put a splash of fuel in. That's all he did. So he's now got Dan right behind him. Dan's got less fuel. Okay, actually, so either Dan's under-fueled or Jimmy's over-fueled. One of the two. So good battle between these two for the final couple of laps. So we've got, where are we? 2 laps to go. Just a quick run down through the field. So Dan's in 7th. Harry's now in 8th. And a few dramas to. He's just done his 59.7 is quickest, and Snooze is in 9th. So Matt's well clear, we won't bother with Matt. I think Chris is going for fastest lap. Chris Lewis is in 3rd, he's well clear of anyone else as well. Jam looks like he's pulling a little bit away from Mike, but they're pretty close between those guys. And we've got a good battle for 6th, so let's concentrate 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. Jimmy and Dan. Jimmy's tyres are looking pretty knackered. He's gone wide again. This is deja vu. Oh, I guess it's sideways. And unfortunately, I think that was just a bit of a racer's incident. He goes sideways just in front of Dan. But the side by sides they come out now. Can Dan get advantage? And all this battling is helping Harry catch up. So let's have a look, watch from Dan's Beetle. Both cars are really struggling. Dan is now flashing with fuel. Is he going to make it? And all the time we got Harry catching up as well. So let's have a look from the back of the Vimto. Oh, you can tell they're struggling on their tyres now. The front lefts are looking pretty gnarly. Through the tunnels, up towards the last hairpin. What can Jimmy do? Can he pull away from Dan? Dan's tyres looking bad, and Harry's having a lunge down the inside, so Harry has now got past Dan. So interesting. Harry's got. I think Dan's now having to. I think he's looked at his fuel gauge, thinking, this is problems. I think I better back off a bit here. He's definitely backed off the power. I think he's realised, yeah, this is going to be tight to make the lap. So can Harry do anything about Jimmy? Jimmy's got plenty of fuel. Harry's got plenty of fuel. Argue probably overfueled a bit. And simply, can Mike do anything about Jam? Go on their final lap now. Where is Matt? Let's have a look. So Matt is just coming up. Alright, so Matt is just coming up to the final chicane. Well ahead of Chris going into the last hairpin. So brilliant race for Matt. He had the stronger car, but he managed to make it 1 stop. This is so good on fuel. So 1 stop worked for him tonight. He 2 stopped in Brands, but 1 stop. So Matt takes the win. A great double header for Matt tonight. He'll be pleased with that. With fastest lap, well, he was fastest. That looks like Chris has just taken it by less than 2 temps. So Chris is coming home in 2nd. Let's just do Chris going behind. No, I don't think so. All fair. So Chris is coming across the line in 2nd. Did a valiant job trying to hang on to the. Oh, he's run out of fuel. Chris has run out of fuel, and Chris Lewis is a little bit behind, but Chris is running out of fuel. He's going to make 2nd, but only just. And Alex has decided he's going to run out of fuel and stop as well, so he's crossed the line. But Chris Lewis actually making his one-stop work and his mediums. Interesting strategy. So he's going to come across third. Be pleased with that. Good third from him. Jam missed the last race, but it's a great fourth place for him in the Mustang. He'll be pleased with that. So fourth place for Jam, comes across the line. Well done. And fifth for Mike. So third and a fifth for him. So that's not bad, nice work. So he's battling with Harry. Then here comes Jimmy. He's going to how close is Harry to Jimmy? They're pretty close. So these two still battling. We're just coming up to the final chicane. There's Dan. Dan's also running out of fuel. So not a slam dunk, but I think Jimmy's got this one. Harry's closing though. Jimmy can't make any mistakes, but I think he's got it. Here he comes. So sixth for Jimmy. That'll go with Matt's first. So cracking score for those two tonight. So he comes across the line, just beating Harry. So good sixth for Jimmy, good seventh for Harry. And then Dan cruising along, trying desperately to make the line without running out of fuel. I think he'll do it. Round he comes. We'll watch him finish. So another cracking race. Lost my voice commentating on that. 30 minutes. So the race distance has been increased by 5 minutes this series, but it doesn't reduce the track action. It's still fast and furious. So just as Dan comes up to the line, takes 7th, 8th. Well done, Dan. So let's take a look at the results. So Matt Psycho takes the double win tonight. He'll be pleased with that, and that will do his championship no end of good as well. Chris Pengay takes second, so finished 32 seconds behind at the end. Obviously that second pit stop. Obviously realised, I think, that once Matt had got past, he wasn't going to be able to hang on to him with his lower power mode, so he topped up, put some fresh boots on, and then just got the fastest lap. So ruins Matt's perfect night, but so good second, fastest lap from Chris. So that's going to really close the points up between Matt and Chris. It was 6 points, I think, so that's going to close it up nicely. So battle for first is shaping up, and then Chris Lewis for third, gets a good third. That goes with his fourth in the first race. And Jam didn't have such a great Group 4, but a cracking Group 3, so he gets a good fourth place, which I think is his highest finish of the season so far. Oh no, he had a podium in the Group 4s. So good start to the DTCC career of for Jam. Mike 5th, goes with podium in the first race, so he'll be pleased with that. And Jimmy 6th, that's a good 6th for Jimmy. Where did he finish in this? So he was last in the first race. But yeah, good 6th. Harry 7th, Dan in 8th, and then Alex in 9th. And as I said, Chris took fastest lap. So that was round 3 of the Dunton Technical Centre Championship. Hope you enjoyed that. We will be rallying for the next round 4, and a new format for that. Rallying wasn't in season 4, returns by popular demand for season 5. But this time, rather than the 2-race format in the Group Bs, which has been used previously, it's a 3-race format, but each race will be in a different car. So we've got the 72 Alpines, we've got the Subaru 22Bs, and then we've got the Group B. So that will be an exciting night, I think. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for round 4. We will see you back here very soon. Thank you very much. Go enjoy the football.